So first of all, I want to say thank you for checking out my YouTube channel, and if anything, having a look at this video series that explains all of my services and the kind of coaching that I do. Ideally, what I'd love is for you to be able to watch through all of the videos that hopefully answer all of your questions that you might possibly have if you're considering working with me. But to begin with, I want to go over exactly what my free consultation is. Because I don't tend to work with someone straight away. I like to kind of get a bit of a feel of who they are as a person, if they are going to be very complicit in the kind of homework that I'm going to be setting them, and the kind of coaching that I always offer people. So it really does give me an opportunity to get to know you a little bit better. Now, the likelihood is that you've either stumbled across my channel or you've connected with me on social media, or maybe we've already spoken and I've directed you to have a look at my content or my website. So this video series is essentially really the same information that's on my website, but it just gives me an opportunity to express things a little bit more that maybe just text doesn't quite have the opportunity to do. So in this particular video, I want to cover my 30-minute consultation and really what to kind of expect if we were to have that together. Now, the consultation is only 30 minutes long, and to be honest, I kind of feel that that's a sufficient amount of time to cover everything that really needs covering, from me asking you questions about what is it that you're looking to achieve from your channel, a little bit more about your background and who you are as a coach or as a business professional, or what kind of business you have. And ultimately, yeah, looking to find out, like, if you were to have a YouTube channel established, what are the results that you're expecting from it? And it's really important for me to know that, because there are just so many different strategies that I use depending on the use of a YouTube channel. And it really just gives me a bit more clarity on the best kind of strategies that I can give for you, as well as an opportunity for me to do a bit of research into your niche. Now, my specialty, after I scratch my nose, is working in the self-development industries. Since 2009, I've essentially kind of had my foot in the door in it, where I worked at a life coaching company. And then when I started my filming business back in about 2012, 2013, I then began working with pretty much the people that I was working with before. And as reputation grew, I essentially became the cameraman that people in London would use for all of their self-development events or workshops, or online products that they would have for their websites, or online courses that maybe they'd even have elsewhere. But ultimately, eventually my niche became YouTube, as I really just saw the potential in it for people's YouTube channels, or, well, for people's businesses, I should say. It kind of already is for their YouTube channels. So the likelihood is that once you've decided that you'd love to have a consultation with me, then the next step would essentially be booking it in. And you can do that by contacting me via email. In fact, I'll even have my email in the description below. And essentially, we just have a back and forth conversation just to schedule in a date that works for both of us. Now, does that mean then the consultation has to be in person? Absolutely not. We can actually do the consultation online. And in fact, where I live now at the moment, just outside of London, I'm also very sympathetic that sometimes people can't always get into London, or I've certainly had clients that have lived or are living internationally. So online can sometimes be the best option, although I do prefer face-to-face if that opportunity arises. And from there, if we did have an online consultation, we would basically just end up scheduling a time that works for us, and then booking it in. And I would end up sending you a Zoom link just before the actual session would take place. If we were to have it in person, then I would end up booking either a location for us to have like a coffee or a quick drink. and we would just end up sitting down together face to face and being able to talk about stuff that way. Now, I also like to have a bit more of an understanding of who like your competition is. So whether we do end up having the session in person or online, I would love to see, who kind of inspires you, who essentially your competition is, and if potentially you already have a YouTube channel, whether it's one that's already been established or maybe you've just made something and there's nothing really on it. I would love to be able to have a look at that as well. So it just gives me a bit more insight into just where you're at, and also just some tangible advice that I can give you even during that 30-minute consultation that can just get the ball rolling for you. Whether that be me giving you a little bit of homework, maybe that gives you, or something that gives you just a couple of ideas for what videos to make. Doesn't really matter, but ultimately it's just something to encourage you to get started with YouTube. So I don't then tend to do too much of a hard sell with pushing for my services. I'd like to think that I'm pretty laid back, and I like to give people just the space to decide on what they want to do. So what we would then end up doing at the end, after you end up parting ways, I'll give you all my information about my coaching services. And then the likelihood is that I'll probably chase up with you a week later just to find out where your head's at in regards to working together. But other than that, I mean, that is pretty much what to expect from the 30-minute consultation. It's nothing really too crazy. It really is just a conversation just to find out where you're at with your YouTube channel, who you are as a person, and really what you'd like to achieve by having a YouTube channel in regards to it affecting your business in a positive way. And then we'll obviously end up booking, having the session together, whether it be online or in person. And then after that, I'll let you go, and then I'll get back to you a week later and find out if we want to go forward with working together. So I hope this was useful. I would highly recommend watching some of the other videos of just like the typical questions that I get from potential clients, or questions that I've had from clients before they became clients. And hopefully it just gives you a bit more of an insight into who I am and what I do with helping people, and even the results that I actually get my clients as well. So by all means, definitely head to my website, which is cameradan.co.uk. I pretty much have all of my information on there anyway, especially stuff that I've just shared with you in this video about the free 30-minute consultation. And I would also highly recommend having a look at the testimonials page as well, where I've got over 60 testimonials of different coaches, experts, professionals, you name it, that I've worked with, and just the kind of results that they've got from working with me. So thank you very much for watching this, and look forward to checking out my next typical FAQ question.